This is your tasting for the Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Rye. So the Jack Daniel's Single Barrel Rye is obviously all in the name. It means that it's their rye whiskey, which they are making with 70% rye, it's 18% corn, and 12% of malted barley. By law for rye whiskey, minimum 51% rye. And then it's a single barrel as well, which obviously means that with their normal Jack Daniel's rye, they will take a selection of different barrels, blend them all together to make sure that their rye is always exactly the same. Whereas for the single barrel, they'll go and hand select barrels that are doing particularly well and use those to bottle for their single barrel range. So this whiskey here gets aged as per regular rye and bourbon kind of classification. It's in a new American oak cask, so it's heavily charred, barrels that have never been used before, and you can see that on the color. So on the color, you're going to get that beautiful dark color that comes with a lot of bourbon and rye whiskies. So it takes on quite a lot of color and quite a lot of wood influence very quickly, and it doesn't need to sit for a long time. Hence the reason a lot of American whiskies don't generally have age statements to them, because it doesn't need to spend an incredibly long period of time inside wood to start getting a really good flavor profile. So if you want to have a go on the nose of this, the one thing I love about the Jack Daniel's range is that there's that ever-present banana that happens in there. So there's this beautiful banana note, quite a lot of tropical fruit that pokes its head out as well. You also get like a vanilla custard kind of creaminess that comes along with the nose. So very pleasant, and that's that brand new charred oak that will give that influence. If you have a go on the taste of this, it's once again magnificent whiskey, because it doesn't necessarily taste as sweet as it comes across on the nose, which is why I love rye whiskies. It's got a wonderful spice to it. It's got a hint of sweetness that comes through with like a brown sugar caramel note, but there's a lot of spice. So you're going to get pepper, some baking spices like cinnamon, nutmeg, all dancing around on the tongue. But you will still get some of those hints of banana, but quite a nice pleasant finish to it as well. It goes around in waves. This one's coming in at 47%, so it's not overly strong, but it's a little bit higher proof than probably what you're used to sipping at 43%, so it definitely does show through. So you're going to get quite a nice big full mouth experience. So this is a really, really good whiskey that I am quite excited that we actually got into our collection, and one I'm hoping that you'd really enjoy. So cool.